Yeah, what's going on, guys? It's Harry, and today I'm going to be bringing you an exclusive tutorial for the design barracks, and it's going to be on these 4 patterns you can see here. They're all made using clouds. They're all really simple to do, and they're all done in one window. So let's go and make a new layer, get rid of all of that. The first one we're going to be doing is this cutout one here. This is probably the easiest. It's the easiest one. It's kind of a comic book style. Can be used for cell shading, etc. And it still keeps the look of the clouds as well when you make it. So let's make a cloud layer now. Come up to filter, render, clouds. And then even these look quite nice if you put these on overlay or soft light on your one channel layouts. Just to break up the background a bit. You don't want it looking too boring, otherwise it gets bland and people don't want to look at it. So let's go up to filter, filter gallery, and cutout. The settings that I normally like to do are 881 for the sliders. That kind of keeps it still looking like clouds, but they're not. They're flat. They're done using different shades of one color, and they still look really nice when you put them on overlay and soft light on the backgrounds and all of that. And they're really easy to do. So you can mess about with the settings, but if you go too low, it kind of makes them too simple. It kind of depends on what you're working on. If you want it looking simple, then go for that, but I kind of like the fidelity as well. I normally put it on about 1 to 2 just to break it up a bit. So that's the first one done. Let's make another one now. So we'll go back up to filter, render, clouds to get the cloud texture again, and go back up to filter gallery. And this one we're doing is going to be the palette knife. This is kind of looks like a paint texture kind of thing. And these are all, you know, if you don't want to use packs, I might even release a pack with all of these in just to save time for you lot, etc. But yeah, that is probably the second simplest one. The settings all look the same really. You can adjust the texture and all of that to make it different. I'll just show you one that I've used. One of the textures I'm going to show you how to make in. It's a one channel layout for video games, the channel. I just used it to kind of break it up a bit. Oh, there we go. I've used it black and white. I put it on overlay in the background, and I've added a bit of noise over it as well, just to break it up even more. It goes over the whole thing, the bit that not many people will see, because let's face it, not many people are going to be using YouTube on a TV, and also the bit that will be seen when you view it on web. But anyway, let's get back into it. So let me just trim these up, just to make it look nice when we've finished all of them. All of these, they're all pretty similar in a way. You can easily join them together as well sometimes. You might just need to adjust the colour. And also I'll show you later when we get to one of the other patterns. Should we do it? Yeah, we'll do it with this one. Just to show you a nice effect that you can do while using it. And this is the watercolor texture. To be honest, I don't really think it looks anything like watercolor, but you can, out of this, you can make like a space nebula texture, which you see all of the 3D people using from packs when they're really easy to make. They're probably one of the nicest ones out of this set that I'm making here, and they're really easy to fit into other places as well, other styles. You know, you can use them 3D, 2D, even in the back of websites, sliders, etc. That's you can adjust the texture as well to make it like better and make it look more, give it more depth. So anyway, I'll show you how to add some color. So if I get red and then I just put it over it, and then you can come to the blending modes and put it to color. You see it colors it in, but it also leaves the texture still looking crisp. Let me just get another color here. I'll do it with blue. So yeah, that looks really nice. I think I've seen this in thumbnails from a couple of people, but they're really nice, and I'll show you in another tutorial as well how to add to these to kind of make them look more professional, and add to it to make it less bland and have more stuff going on that's not really that hard to do. So let's move on to the last pattern. So we're going to make another cloud layer, filter, render clouds. Oh, I forgot to change my my colors back to black and white, so let's do that again. Now this one is the underpaint tool, if I'm correct, I think. Yep. Yes, the underpaint tool. Now this one is kind of gives you the effect of scan lines over your image. You can kind of adjust the softness and all of that, but the settings that I like to use are 40, 40, around 150% for the scale, and 10 for the other ones. You can mess about with these, but I feel that this is the best kind of setup you can get, because if you zoom in, you can see you can adjust the texture so it doesn't really make that much difference, but I think it's better not having it too prominent, otherwise it will just take over the whole image. You can also invert it as well. If you look at the bottom, that kind of just, yeah, it just makes it depends on what you're doing with it. Like I don't tend to use the invert option just because I don't find it useful. And then there's the light, depending on where the light is coming from in your image, you can adjust that. Now that is probably my least favourite out of the lot, but it depends on personal preference, I suppose. So let me just trim that. And yeah, that is all 4 sets of patterns. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and if you make anything out of these, then feel free to submit it as a video response if it's a speed art, or tweet me or the Design Barracks Twitter. Mine's at @Rundle. The Design Barracks one will be in the description. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'm out.